Hey guys, it's Michelle here and welcome to the M Vlog channel. If you have not yet subscribed, please make sure to click that subscribe button and the little alarm ding-a-ding thing so that you are notified when the videos are up and running, which is cool because now we can like stay in touch and you'll know and I know and no one's in the dark. But anyways, the story that I'm going to tell you guys today is about my worst literally experience at community college. This story is one that no one really knows, probably just my mom and my sister, but it's one that I don't like to relive because it is really exhausting. But I thought we could probably get something good out of it, which is just the idea that no matter what happens and no matter who's in front of you, you should always aim to still accomplish your goals. Don't ever let anyone push you down. This is that story. So let's get started. Like any good story, there are people involved who I'm going to mask either with a name or a different type of, organization name, because that's to do with an organization. So just know that some of these people are not actually their names. Let's get started with the fact that I am involved in something called the Democrats Club on campus. I last semester was their ICC rep, which means I meet with other students, from different clubs, and we vote on, money proposals, we vote, what events we want to actually happen on campus, and then we just bring all of that information back to our club. And so during this time, the world was experiencing some kind of political movement, and our club really wanted to get involved because we wanted to support the people affected. And we decided to come up with a rally, and we wanted to get everyone to come and get together so we can get everyone's support, because we knew that if someone was suffering, we all wanted to be there together. So I went over to one of my ICC meetings and I proposed the idea to them. I quickly got, referred to one of these centers. I'm gonna call them the Happy Center. They ultimately supposedly serve the people affected. Went in, I talked to someone whose name is Carol, homegirl Carol, and as anyone working in the Happy Center, she seemed happy, and she was next to this other person who I'm just gonna name other guy because really not that important person in the story. These two people were like Happyville people, very hipster, very like nonchalant, very welcoming, very like open arms, and I thought that was really cool. I felt like nothing other than, wow, this is a really cool center. I really want to work with them because at this point the rally was just to bring people together. The Democrats Club, we just kind of had this idea set up, and we just wanted to get as many people to be present and to support us and to support the whole entire thing just in general. So then after I went to the Happy Center, I got an email from Carol, and she had tagged me with a bunch of other people, like directors from the financial aid department, directors from the counseling department, professors that wanted to be present, anybody that really just wanted to touch base on what's going on campus. And of course we were tagged into the email, me and the president of the club, and we were invited to a meeting at that center. We walked in, there was like a whole table, and I was invited to talk about the rally. So I stood up and I talked about the rally, talked about what day it would be on, and I gave them a rough draft of kind of what the Democrats Club had proposed and were thinking of doing. And by this time we're about to submit our final request so that the event could take place, and it was hosted by the Democrats Club. I was assigned like leader of the event, which was pretty nice, but it was only because I had communication with so many different aspects of school, so it was easy to communicate because I was present here, I was present there, and so it was easy to communicate that way. Once I talked about the date, other people started saying that they wanted to have club fair on that day, and another person said that they wanted to have a speaker on the day. So then I proposed another date that worked for us, like the club, and then finally I was encouraged to pick the last date that I recommended and to just figure out what would happen then. After that, I felt really good, supportive of everything that we were doing, and it seemed like everyone was on the same page. So after that, we were finally trying to get both centers, their people and our people together to talk about, how we can cooperate and make it like a really cool, thing. And then one day she called me. I still have no idea how she got my phone number. And she said, "Hey Michelle, would you want to come this Thursday so that your people and my people can meet up together?" Such a great idea. I went to go talk to our president of our club, and I said, "Oh my god, I'm gonna name her Sabrina. Oh my god, Sabrina, wow, like we can go on Thursday, like our advisor can't host us, but hey, she can be the advisor that hosts our meeting, so we can still have a meeting. We can finalize our like rally, we can assign people to different jobs. As a person that was raised with natural courtesy, I asked her to just please let them know that we were coming, and that we were really grateful for them hosting us so that we can talk about the rally. She said, yeah, no problem, like I'll make sure that they know that you're here. It's usually the time that we meet, but I will make sure to tell them that we are going to talk about this rally instead. You best believe that she didn't be saying anything. She didn't say anything about the rally to them, because when we walked in, it was dead silent. People were staring at us like they had no idea who we were, like we invaded privacy. And honestly, it just didn't feel right. It was just so awkward from the beginning. And she assigned me to go talk to them and lead the discussion, which is totally okay. And I said, thank you guys so much for having us here. We're so grateful. We're so excited about this rally, and we cannot wait to do it. And everyone just kind of stared at me with a blank face and was wondering like, what is going on? Like, what is happening during this meeting? Is there something that we didn't get told or whatever? Homegirl Carol goes into her office and like never comes back out. And I was just there trying to handle not just the information, but trying to conduct a meeting in which I honestly had no idea how to do. And one point, one student was like about this idea of like bringing like some, the other Republican, like the Republican club, because let me tell you people, this is a college, event, and also we're all students from California who are, we have rules on campus to have etiquette and to be nice to one another. Actually, the Democrats club and the Republicans club on my campus is probably like one of the best, like friendliest clubs out there. We have conducted events together, and it's not so much about our political views or anything. It's just about having respect and having just the same idea of, prospering throughout campus, which is a model that I think our own government should follow. But we are that example on our campus, and we are students who lead that way. So when we walked in, we don't tell ourselves like, oh, we're the Democrats club, we're the Republic. We don't talk like that. We just have full-on respect. And I don't think that was something that these people understood. So when we were inviting the Republicans club, we were actually inviting the actual United States Republicans team. We were inviting the students who are really well educated, and they don't necessarily believe everything that the government believes, and we don't, as the Democrats club, believe everything that the Democrats believe nowadays. We believe what we want to believe in. And so when that was mentioned, this person literally had a fit, threw their book down, and just like ran out. And I was like, this person probably doesn't know we're here for like a good cause, one, and two, it's like a discussion where people may say things that they don't like, but we have to work together to kind of just figure out a commonality. And I think that's where all hell broke loose. And I still tried to like be as gentle and as understanding and respectful as I possibly could. And then someone, I think the vice president of like one of our student assembly, whatever, somehow was there. I don't know how that person is involved with this center, but they were coming in, and he just stared at me like, who are you? What are you guys doing here? What is going on? And I honestly just felt so insulted. I felt like I was just put on the spot and unwelcomed, probably was the other thing. This big attitude. I've never had someone give me such a big attitude for a vice president of the school assembly. And I just felt so sucky after that I just was like, okay, I tried my best. Like, there's not really much I can do. And our club kind of was the witness of this happening. And we went back to our club meeting next day, and we were just kind of like, they can just do what they want to do, and we can focus on what we want to do. I get a call the next day by Carol, and Carol is with the president, and the president of like the school assembly, not the school, the entire school. And he's like the student representative, whatever. They call me on my private cell phone, and they say, oh, what happened? We had a student that was just left so upset, and what was going on? And I was like, well, honestly, like, I don't think they knew that we were gonna be there. I had to explain multiple times, and that like we were just talking about it. Okay, because that's just not okay. Like, I don't know what your guys' rally is for. And I was like, the rally is still for the same reasons. It's just something that happened. I think it was should have been communicated a little bit better. Both Carol and other president, where, well, like, you should have been. And then the president guy was supposed to be there. I had talked to him prior and he didn't come, so it just made it 10 times more difficult because the person that was supposed to be leading it, like with me, I guess, wasn't there. So it was probably like one of the most frustrating times because he said he would be there and then he said he couldn't. So it kind of left me in the dark. Got a, you know, a text saying, "Hi Michelle, really want to work with you," and it was from that one guy. "Can we meet up to talk about it?" And we meet up and it's the same thing. Again, I'm accused of making people feel uncomfortable. He was just like kept saying how uncomfortable he felt with me, how uncomfortable I made him feel, and how like the whole scenario was just like a mess, and that he didn't like the Democrats Club like hosting the rally, that he just wished that we would just leave. And I was like, whoa, like this is the president of the school who represents me with other colleges. And I said, that's cool. And apparently like throughout the whole school, like he seemed as this like super cool person. No, like I saw a different side of him clearly. Oh wow, Carol appears out of nowhere. How does she know we were meeting? So she sits down and she like has a discussion, and literally I'm telling him the same thing in front of her, and then she goes, yeah, actually like I miscommunicated it. She did tell me to tell you guys and I just didn't say anything. He still literally has the audacity to say it's my fault. And I just said, you know what, again, like this is just too frustrating for me. And I was just exhausted because not only am I trying to make something happen, something beautiful for the campus, I'm also dealing with accusations and hatred, like literally hatred. And I was just so upset, like just crying in tears every day. After that meeting, we had club fair the day that I wanted to have my event, or the event. And on club fair, you're just like not gonna believe this, Carol is passing by with the other guy, and my advisor for our club is there, so I have them talk to each other because, you know, the entire time she's telling me like, I don't know where your advisor is and all that. She could just email him and they can talk about it like adults. And I said, you know what, you guys need to talk to each other and, you know, figure it out. And so when they talk, she literally starts talking politics to him about the Democrats. And I'm just kind of like, and how she's so like happy and like I'm really too professional, and like the way that I work is too professional for them and it's just too much work. And I was just like, wow, like really insulting me. And also talking politics is not that smart. Like I get he's a political science professor who, you know, taught at UCLA and stuff like that, but even for you that's kind of a low blow. Like that's like past the point. We are here to focus on other people, not so much our political backgrounds. And to tell you the truth, we're not the real Democratic Party. We are not the real one. We're school one and we really support each other. So I just thought it was just really insane that we kept being put into this like bubble, into this idea that we were the bad people that had done all of these bad laws and passed all of these things in actual government, which we don't. So I don't know why that was even a thing. We're just students at a school. So that really hurt me. And she kept pointing fingers, and so he wrote this massive email to the link that I told you guys about that she had assigned everyone. And he said, you know, I don't know what's going on. I have some students feeling really uncomfortable. I don't know why they don't want the Democrats Club to support, you know, this event. Like, what is going on? He mentions the president's name, the president of the student body, because he's questioning his, you know, behavior during this process. He gets so much backlash from it. Well, really, like, this is past the point. We need to focus on other people who are being affected, and this is just so much like yippity yap. No positiveness whatsoever. And I just felt like the world could not crumble anymore. And so then my professor ends up getting investigated for forcing us to do something we didn't want to do. My friend, if I don't want to do something, you best believe I won't do it. So it was just kind of insane. Then we're 2 days to the rally and I get a call from Carol and accusing me of what's going on. Why is your professor acting that way? Why is he doing that? And I said, you know what? You can go talk to him about it. He's the advisor. You should have an adult conversation with him. I don't want to be involved. Some homegirl like wants to bully me, make me really uncomfortable, and just keep contacting me and asking me all of these questions like, what's going on, Michelle? Why is that happening? I thought we were friends kind of scenario. And I'm just kind of like, girl, like this is a student event. We need to be professional. I don't care how happy you are or how happy Rudy thingy you are, like just focus on the event and let's prosper. And by this time I'm so drained physically, emotionally, and mentally because I felt like I've given literally my all trying to make things work positively. Like now I'm kind of more like whatever about it, but then I was like, let's make this work. Fast forward to the day before the rally, I had a friend do my hair. She was so sweet. That same day, around like 3 o'clock, I get a phone call from Carol. So where are you and your little like group? We're waiting for you. We're having a meeting. When was this meeting discussed? Because the president didn't know about it. I didn't know about it. My advisor didn't know about it. What are you talking about? What meeting are you talking? Yeah, the meeting we said we would have the day before the rally. I was like, what are you, like, I have no idea, but like I'm 20 minutes away, like getting my hair done, but like I can go in 20 minutes. Yeah, that'd be great. Bye. Okay, so I get ambushed to this meeting because when I arrived, I got a list of bad things that the Democratic Party has done in the government, and then I got a list of, you know, behavior of like, oh, why people need to respect other people's spaces. And let me tell you, none of my group was there. It was just me alone representing them, and it was a huge group of them, of the Happy Center, voting. And then we started voting about the rally, and they voted me off as speaker. They voted we were gonna have two like senators come and talk about what was going on, and they were called and they were told not to come because they voted no, and I was the only one voting yes. So yeah, I was voted off as speaker because they all said that they wanted someone else to do it. And then we had no say on what to do anymore. So this rally wasn't even our rally anymore. Like everything that we wanted to do wasn't ours. We didn't have any say because to them it was just kind of their way or the highway, and I felt completely ambushed and I was put in the spot. And then she asked me, so what's up with your advisor, in front of everyone? And I said, you know what, I think that's a conversation you need to have with him. I'm done being put on the spot. And I told him in front of everybody because I was like over it. I was like, I'm tired of this conversation, let's just figure it out. He's like, oh yay, okay, yeah, I appreciate that you're saying that. It makes me feel better. And I'm like, good, like good for you. I still felt like crap. And then the president was there, and I said, you know, I've tried to, you know, make my efforts to involve everyone, and they're not like being seen. I even texted him, what text message did you send me? You best believe I pulled out my phone and I showed it to him and I showed it to her, because I was told that this text that I sent out wasn't real, and he actually replied to it. So he looked super dumb. He didn't say anything. At that moment, I really felt like certain people were given more privilege and more title, and that my voice wasn't ultimately heard. So I didn't show up the next day to the rally because it wasn't the rally that I had imagined or the rally that I felt like my group had worked for. And you know, I'm very proud of my people to have showed up that day. I couldn't. I was too emotionally drained. I was exhausted. I felt like I had lost like a week or two of academic work because I was so emotionally and spiritually drained. I was crying every single night because I felt so like the injustice that I felt was so big, and I've never felt that before. To this day, it's so traumatic for me to walk by that center because I get like traumatic pictures of the event. I know it sounds crazy. I never thought this would happen to me, but it does. I get really uncomfortable. I still have trouble with it. But you know, after that experience and to move forward, I really had to tell myself that it had to happen so that I could gain like something from it. Just knowing that, you know, validating my hard effort and validating that no matter what happens, I'm always going to validate my effort no matter what. And I feel like I was in charge of that entire rally because the whole entire format was still followed. And you know, pay my respects to everybody in my team. I'm so thankful for them. They worked so hard, and without them I couldn't keep pushing forward. And I'm grateful for, you know, the other advisor, my advisor's boss, who came in to hear out our story, who then led us to talk to the president of the school, who, you know, gave us his apology and said he would work with someone to talk up to me about how to better facilitate events and communication so that it doesn't happen again. But you know, yeah, you gave me your sorry, but that promise that he told me hasn't happened, and it's been 5 or 6 months. I still live with that traumatic experience, and it makes me super uncomfortable. I feel like my school doesn't support me. And even though I love community college and its system, and I feel like it has given me its benefits, I definitely did see a dark side through that event. And I don't wish that upon anyone, but I do want to give you guys the message that no matter what happens, you guys need to push through. And even if it's at your happy place, there might be some issues there. And overall, this is just a story that I wanted to share with you guys because it is the worst experience that I've ever had at community college. And it's a rough way to end it because this is my last semester, so that was the second to last one. But I did make a lot of good friends through that experience, the people that stuck there to see everything. And I'm grateful to my advisor. You know who you are. I don't know if you're ever going to watch this or not, but you know who you are, and I'm so grateful for you and all the support you had given me at that time. and you didn't tell us to do anything. You were just really there to support us and what we always like want to do, and I'm very grateful for you for doing that. But nonetheless, that's this story, and I hope you guys subscribe, like, comment, follow me on Twitter and all of that, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.